So, I want to start with a little guessing game. What is a serious risk factor for chronic disease? And what causes around 70,000 deaths per year in Germany alone? And yet we encounter it on a daily basis, so probably right after this talk series when we go towards the catering. As some of you might have guessed, I'm talking about alcohol, specifically AUD, as in alcohol use disorder. Despite the serious and painful consequences of the disorder, less than a quarter of people suffering from it get into proper treatment. And why is that? In large part, this is due to a lack of effective treatment approaches with sufficient patient adherence. And why is there such a lack of treatment approaches? In large part because we didn't really understand the mechanisms, the computational mechanisms underlying the disorder yet. So why didn't we understand those mechanisms? There are two main reasons. First, our way of conceptualizing and measuring them might just be too simplistic. So till now, we tried to map AUD somewhere on a simple dichotomy between a habit, like you drink your coffee every morning, and a goal-directed behavior, like you contemplate and decide about your future career plans. And this dichotomy might just be too short of a thought. The second major point is that our way of measuring them might just be too unrealistic. So till now, paradigms, decision-making paradigms used in addiction research mostly take place in a non-alcohol related context. And so they are very far from the day-to-day experience of somebody actually living with alcohol use disorder. So how can we overcome those issues? We want to find that out in a three-step living lab approach. Till the end of January next year, we want to first identify clinicians working in the field of addiction, individuals with lived experience of AUD, and experts in the domains of game design and virtual reality. Till the end of April next year, we then want to undertake a co-development process in a set of 3 workshops. Here we want to find out what a research paradigm does have to look like in order to be as close as possible to real-life drinking experiences, and how to put that into practice using VR and game design technologies as a part of the solution. Finally, till the end of July next year, in a last workshop, we want to evaluate the entire co-creation process and talk about the implications for future treatment options. So the outcome of this co-development process will be a research paradigm which is context-specific and includes real-world drinking situations, and which addresses the computational complexity underlying the disorder, because it allows to measure computational mechanisms at an intermediate position between a simple habit, like drinking your coffee, and a goal-directed behavior. So now is the perfect time to undertake this process, because 5% of the global population still suffer from AUD, and on the other hand, we see substantial progress in the fields of computational methods and virtual reality. So it's really time to bridge that translational gap. Open innovation in science approaches offer the perfect toolbox to do so, because they allow us to increase novelty, impact, and efficiency of our research. We are really confident that we can put this project into practice, because it will embed it in a huge collaborative research center funded by the German Research Foundation. And our team has substantial experience in the modeling of addiction, computational modeling of addiction. So this is the team. We have Professor Schlagenhauf, who's also here today, Professor Endras from Dresden, 2 PIs with a long-standing research collaboration, and Claudia Ibrahimi, an experienced postdoc, as well as myself. So if you want to be part of the Living Lab, please get in touch, and I'm really confident that together we can get this mechanistic understanding of the disorder and finally create targeted treatment approaches. Thank you.